Hi guys, I've promised you some DIY beauty videos. So today we're going to start off with a little manicure that you can do yourselves at home to get that professional look, even though you can't come into the salon. Most of the time while I'm doing this, I'm going to have the camera focused on my hands. So you might see my head chopped off. Please excuse that. So the first thing you need to do when you're going to be doing your manicure is decide what sort of length you want your nails. If you've got one that's broken off, that's quite short, that's okay. You just need to sort of even everything else up so that most of them look similar. So you take your clippers and you go along and just a simple straight cut across each one just to get the top off, so that they're all starting to look like they're a similar sort of length. Then you go along with your file and you want to decide whether you want a more pointy nail or a nail that's more straight across with just the edges curved over. Whatever you do, you want to take your time and make sure that they're all similar looking. So my nails are quite short at the moment. I'm going to make them a little bit pointier to give them that impression that they're a bit longer. If you've say, removed some artificial nails recently and your nails are quite brittle or your nails are just prone to breaking off, I'd suggest you probably keep them quite short and actually keep them more or less straight across with just the ends worked across there. So there's no real rule about having to go from one direction to the other. You can still file any way you want. And you want to stop and check as you go along and make sure that they're all sort of even looking. So the idea is to take your time with this. Remember, I've been doing this a very, very long time, so it's not going to come as easy to you. The next thing we're going to get is a little bit of exfoliant. This one that I'm using today has got an AHA in it, so it's going to help dissolve any build-up on my hands or around the cuticles. So what we want to do is pop a little bit on each finger, work it into the cuticle. Remember, I said to take your time. This is you giving yourself a treatment. Rub the top, rub the palm of your hand, and you can work up your arm as much as you like. Rub, 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 rub. And again, go back over those nails and your thumb and fingers. Then you want to just go and wash that off. No soap, just a good rinse to get all of that off. Next, we're going to get out some cuticle oil. And we're going to pop a little bit around each cuticle. You could potentially use something like avocado oil or vitamin E or olive oil if you absolutely had to, but you'll find the consistency of the cuticle oil is nice and light, and that means it won't drag when you're trying to put on your nail polish. So I'm just getting my cuticle stick and I'm working around the cuticles, just giving them a gentle, gentle push. Just gives it that nice polished effect when you don't have a build-up of cuticle. It's a good opportunity to get under your nails if for some reason you see a little bit of dirt or anything there. Then we grab some of our hand cream, and again we're just going to work this in and massage it in and take our time around each finger. rub our palm in a circular motion. Rub the top of your hand in a similar motion and work up your arm. A nice little bit of self-massage. So normally you'd then sit for a minute and just allow that to absorb, but because I'm doing a video, I'm just going to pat any excess dry today. I'm going to take a cotton pad or a wipe, pop a little bit of isopropyl alcohol in there. So you might have some rubbing alcohol in the cupboard. You could use methyl if you absolutely had to. It's just going to get any oil off there now to prepare it for nail polish, because the nail polish won't adhere very well to your nails if there's any excess of oil there. Give that a little pat down with a dry wipe. And now it's time for our Bondo. You can use Bondo, you can use base coat, whatever you happen to have at home. And we want to start with not too much on our brush. We don't want it dripping. We want to start in the middle of the nail towards the bottom, and then just gently pull it up. You can cap the top of each free edge of your nail if you've got a little bit above there. So start in the middle of the nail, pull it up, and then cap the top. Start in the middle towards the bottom of the nail, pull it up, work to those sides and cap the top. So if you leave a minute or two between each layer of polish, you'll find it'll dry better and it'll actually last longer. So give yourself a little bit of time to do this self manicure. It's not something you want to rush. I'm going to be using the 2-in-1 Vinylux today because it's nice and easy to use. This is something that you could use at home. Vinylux is like a hybrid polish, so it's not a standard polish, it's not a gel polish, it's something that's in between. It will last a little bit longer, it dries much quicker, and this one here has got the colour and the top coat on the other end, so there's two products in this one little bottle here. So when you're putting on your nail polish, we usually put on 2 coats and then a top coat. You can see we're making sure that it's not absolutely dripping. You want to do exactly the same thing. Start towards the bottom of the nail and then cap the top. Towards the bottom of the nail, pull it up, then do both sides and cap the top. This colour that I'm using today is called Negligee. It's a very subtle colour. It's popular with brides and for people who are growing their nails out who just want a little bit of polish on there to make it look finished. So we've only got 1 coat on there so far. So you want to wait and leave that a couple of minutes before you do your second coat. Now we'll go back in and do our second coat. Start in the middle towards the bottom, pull it up, both sides and cap the top. And if you have any trouble, guess what? It's not such a big deal because it's nail polish and you can clean it off and start again. So don't be scared of it. If you start with a nice light colour, that'll build up your confidence for when you want to start using a few more daring colours. At the moment, the other Vinyl Luxe colour that I've got in stock is this one called Wildfire. So that's pretty cool. I like that one. The other products I've got in stock at the moment are the breathable polishes. So it's a whole system. You have a base coat that's breathable, a colour coat that's breathable, and a top coat that's breathable. You'll see them on my website. So for someone who likes a bit of colour and they're conscious about what they're putting on their nails, the Vinyl Luxe don't have any nasties in them. This one is just a different type of polish that's now breathable. So they're both very good professional quality. So now we're going to go back and do our top coat. Easy, easy peasy, this one. Again, make sure you're not dripping wet with your brush. Give it a good wipe and just gently go over it. Don't drag it. Just a nice, gentle application over the top of your polish colour. The good thing about this product is it dries a lot faster than your standard polish, this one here, so it's convenient to use. So you can see there's my right hand that I haven't actually done, and here's my left hand. Hopefully you can see that there is actually a difference. This one's quite a little bit untidy and this one's looking much more polished, and it feels a lot better too. So I hope that's helpful. Please send through, I'll just lift this up, send through any questions that you might have, and I'd love to see some pictures of you guys doing your own DIY beauty at home.